Hi, I'm Mike Christiansen. In this blog, I'd like to talk about creating your own fingerpicking solos. So you can play with the kids in your class or for yourself. You can make a guitar solo up, create a guitar solo. They might just be playing the tune only in class, but you might be able to actually play a solo, that is, play the accompaniment and the melody at the same time while they're playing some of their music. Now we're going to start off by playing exercise number 2 in lesson 19, and I should point out that this is just the tip of the iceberg. I'm just barely going to skim over the surface of how you can create a solo, but I hopefully will give you some ideas here on how to create your own simple fingerpick solos. It's really not that heavy right at first. Of course it can be. I mean, you can devote a lifetime of learning to getting into doing this. But let me show you just some simple steps that you could do to create a melody or not create a melody, but create a solo out of a given melody. So what I'm going to do, first of all, I'm going to be playing this exercise, in lesson 19, exercise number 2, where the students are just playing a simple note, a single note melody. It goes like this. So we're going to use that as our melody, and we're going to turn that into a fingerpick solo. Now I should point out that this is a pretty good melody for the guitar because it's up on the top strings. It's on strings 1 and 2. In fact, the students have only learned the notes on strings 1 and 2 to this point, maybe the third, 1 and 2. But that's a good place for you to start. Now very often though, the sheet music will not be written. It'll actually be written down here. It'll be written down there because remember the guitar sounds 1 octave lower than it's written. So you might have to raise the melody up 1 octave from a piece of piano music or sheet music. You might have to raise the melody up 1 octave so that you get it in this area on the guitar, on strings 1 and 2. And for right now, we'll just play down here. That's one of the reasons I use this exercise number 2 is it stays right in this area. So you want to get your melody on the first or the second string, maybe down to the third string. But if it gets down into the bass strings, your accompaniment is going to cover up the melody. So you want the melody to be high. Okay? The next thing you want to do in step 2, in example 2, the PDF that comes with the blog here, you're going to be able to see a fingerpick pattern written out. Now I've selected a fingerpick style that's a Travis style fingerpick. So the fingerpick to the chords to this song sound like this: C, D minor, G, A minor. So those are the chords for 4 measures of this exercise number 2. So I've selected a fingerpick that I want to play. Now next, in example number 3, step number 3, I want to superimpose the rhythm of the fingerpick under the rhythm of the melody. I want to match up the rhythms. So you notice that the melody went like this. And the rhythm of the fingerpick is 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3. So what I've done is I've written the fingerpick underneath the melody notes, but the rhythms match. Don't play this one yet because this is a little bit tricky. Well, this is something to work with, but we're not done yet. So just so you can see the rhythm of the fingerpick lined up with the rhythm of the melody. This is a good melody to use because the rhythm is very simple. We're just talking about quarter notes and half notes. In step number 4, I'm going to adjust the rhythm of the melody so that the notes in the melody are not on the downbeat or on the first half of the beat of every beat. So for example, my melody that went, now in exercise 4, my melody goes like so. And I can continue that through all the rest of the melody. But what I've done, if a melody note comes on the beat, I've moved it ahead or behind a half a beat. So instead of going 1, 2, 3, 4, I went 1, 2, and. So you can see I kept the melody note on beat 1, but the melody note that hit on beat 3, I moved it a little earlier to beat 2 and. And the melody note that hit on beat 4, I've moved that up to beat 3 and. Now in example 4, you can see that I still have the rhythm of the melody written on top of the rhythm of the fingerpick. So now I have this. But it's really quite difficult because I have the finger pick string that I'm picking and the melody together a lot. You know, it happens quite a bit. So what I want to do in step number 5 is eliminate one or the other. So in this is an important step. On the and of every beat, if there's a finger pick string, a string in the finger pick pattern, and a melody note that happen together, I want to eliminate one or the other. So I don't want to have my finger pick and my melody note being played together that often. So in exercise number 5, the melody is this. Now you can see here what I've done. I've played the melody note and the finger pick together on beat 1. Then I've played them together on beat 2. But then just the melody note on beat 2 and. Now the finger pick on 3, the melody on 3 and then the finger pick on 4 and. So what I end up with in the first measure is this. So you see, I've kind of syncopated my melody note, my melody a little bit. The next measure. So I've adjusted the melody there so that not every melody note was on a beat. Then if on the and, the finger pick and the melody note happen together, I eliminate either the melody note or I eliminate the finger pick. And you would say, whoa, maybe you shouldn't eliminate the melody note. No, sometimes you can eliminate the melody note. People will sometimes hear that tune in their head, even if you're not playing every note that's in the melody. So here's number 5. Remember, this is what I started out with. Now I have this. So you can hear the melody in there, and you can hear the finger pick at the same time. Now, in the next example, in number 6, I've converted this to standard notation. And this might look a little bit complicated, but really it's not that bad. It's just the finger pick and the melody that are superimposed on top of each other. Now, keep in mind, this again was my original melody. Now, after I go through all those steps, I have this. This is example number 6. Isn't that great? I mean, you can hear the finger pick and you can hear the melody at the same time. Just kind of follow this step by step with a very simple song. Try to use some exercise that have simple rhythms and some basic chords, and then implement your finger pick pattern, superimpose that over top of the melody. Like I said, this is just the tip of the iceberg, but it's a great way to get started in learning how to synchronize the melody with the finger pick.